One. Boom.
Hey, everyone. It's October 21st, 2020. It's What's the Odds podcast with Steve Renazizi. Thank you for joining us. The Dodgers are up one game in the World Series. The New York Giants are no longer winless. Not a big fucking dumpster fire anymore. Nobody wants to play for the Jets. And we can't pick a fucking game in the afternoon. We can pick games in the morning. We can call them in the morning, but as soon as everybody's done eating their eggs, putting away, the brunch is over, we can't pick shit. And that's the most frustrating part. It really bothers me, guys, because we nailed some really beautiful stuff in the morning. We took the Pittsburgh Steelers big time over the Cleveland Browns and nailed that, even though I was coming directly off of a flight from Cleveland. By the way, thank you to everyone in Cleveland. To all the fans who came out. I had a couple people mention the podcast. Thank you. We had a great time this weekend. I had a great time. Missed Nick there. Nick Kostos is one of the greatest owners in the history of business and comedy. Last year, he gave me a beautiful bat, which is right over here. Let me grab this fucking bat. This bat is awesome. Last year, he got me this. He gets the comedians like really thoughtful, nice gifts. So last year, he gets me this. It's a beautiful bat.
That's awesome.
Yep, and it says it's engraved over here. It says, "To the Mickey Mantle of comedy, love, Nick." Look at that right there. And then this year, was
that meant for Bert then?
No, not the Mickey Mantle gene of comedy. No. And by the way, Bert, I love how he just labels himself that.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just do that. You could just give yourself your nickname is supposed to be given to you, bestowed upon you.
You can have any nickname as long as you scream it. If you say it louder than the next guy, then you're that guy.
And I'm waiting for him to take on because they call DJ LeMahieu on the Yankees the Machine because he's a hitting machine. So everyone's like the Machine. And I'm waiting for Bert to fucking start an online battle with DJ LeMahieu. Anyway, so Nick got bats for us last year for a lot of the comedians. I saw some other comedians get, and then this year he comes in and he's got his mask on and he goes, "I've got something for you." And I actually had another little setup in my little office here for another bat. And he comes in with these wooden knuckles, basically. Like what would be brass knuckles, but made of wood. Real quality, beautiful wood. And engraved on them, it says "Hilarities." And then, he's got a little something special written to me in the back. And it was like, I'm looking at these, I'm like, oh my God, how thoughtful and beautiful, and like really nice craftsmanship. I don't have it, it's inside the house. But, and then I'm sitting to myself, I'm thinking, what is he getting us ready for? Like last year it's baseball bats. This year it's brass knuckles. Like is he preparing us for the Civil War that is
this guy's building an army?
Next year it's going to be a bunch of AK-47s.
Exactly, like wooden rifles or something like that. And it's all wood, so it's like. And I said, "Nick, what do you like? These are." He goes, "You guys travel a lot. You got to be safe. You never know." And he's old school. He's like, you can tell he's like 3% body fat, 71 years old. Just a really, well put together person. And so I'm like, oh, he's getting us ready for some sort of war that he knows is coming. That he's like, these comedians, they're so stupid. They'll talk about this stuff on stage, but they'll be the first ones to walk outside like they're really shooting at each other. It's changing. Like Rogan and Callen and those kind of guys that have kind of brought more masculinity to the craft. But for the most part, we're not known as fucking, warriors, so to speak. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So we do this so we don't have to do anything else.
Yeah, like I do this so I didn't have to fight people. That's how I make fun, just kind of get out of it. But the wooden knuckles are fucking sweet. So thank you. Cleveland was awesome. And then I drove home to listen on the Lyft ride from the airport from LAX, which, by the way, does anyone know, you guys haven't traveled, but they changed something since I left in January. To take a Lyft from my house to LAX is about $50, and it's usually $50 on the way home. It's 45 or 50 on the way there. It's 90, 95 on the way home. Are they having some sort of service charge or something? It's double the fucking fee on the way home.
Maybe it has to do with Prop 22.
I don't know. I thought so too, but I mean, maybe they're just trying to get as much money as they can possibly get now and before this whole thing goes. I don't know, but I'm like, I can't. It's fucking crazy. It's like double. It's whatever. Anyway, I'm in this Lyft ride home. This guy's nice because he's going as fast as I want him to. On the ride home, like, I don't want you. You can't do the speed limit. Nobody else is. Everyone else is going faster. I want to go home. The guy goes, are you home now? I go, yes. Like, indicating, like, let's go to my place of residence quickly, please. So he did. He obliged. He was moving in the HOV lane or carpool lane. And I'm listening to the Giants get their, well, almost not, but get their first win in the fourth quarter. They're tied, and I'm saying to myself, oh, my God. First of all, they should be up by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones has 3 interceptions within first and goal. 3. Not this one game. He had 1 this past game, but 3 on the season. So we should already be up by a touchdown. So why I have to sweat this fucking thing out to begin with? And Mark Ellis texts me. He's like, this is like watching a bum fight. This is like watching Monkey Bones and Boom Shakalaka fight in the fucking parking lot on ice. Like, basically, that's what it is. And I told him, I go, I don't think either one of us have our franchise quarterback yet. I don't think we do. I used to think Dwayne Haskins was the guy that we were going to watch march down the field for 10 years, wishing we had gotten him. And I know at certain points, I'm sure Redskin fans thought, oh, my God, like, oh, Daniel, the first game, they probably thought this guy's going to be fucking Eli Manning 2.0. But I think both of our it's a disaster so far. And I think
you know why they call him Danny Dimes, Steve?
Why?
Because that's what his next contract's going to be worth.
A dime. It's, you know what? It's so frustrating because what you were expecting is like some sort of I know it's a new coach, I know it's a new offensive coordinator, and I know there's a learning curve, and I understand that what's his name, that fucking, not Sean Payton, Jason Garrett's supposed to be some sort of QB whisperer or supposed to be able to go, but it's not translating right now. He's either confused.
You still have to wait it out, though, because Saquon Barkley is a big deal, losing him. I mean, look what Matt Ryan did when he got Julio Jones back. He's like a completely different quarterback. So I
understand. Weapons make a big deal. Yes, and an offensive line helps as well. But what I'm saying is the decision-making, what I'm seeing happening on the field isn't necessarily like throwing it to the wrong guy it's him trying to do too much. Now, what I'm worried about is that he thinks he's better than he is, and that he's still a Duke, and that these throws can be made, or what he thinks he can bite off, he can chew, and he cannot. Okay? And if he continues to try this, it's going to be the demise of, obviously, Gettleman, but it's going to be the demise of his career. He's got to realize when he has to fucking throw it away and eat it or do whatever, or take a sack, or do something different than throwing the ball to the opposite fucking team. Especially when you are first and fucking goal, okay? Those are points on the board. You're not helping us get points. You're literally costing us points, because I believe in the kicker. I think it's Gano more than I believe in you. I'd rather him fake the fucking field goal and throw it in for a touchdown at this point. So, and I'm not saying that doesn't come with a lot of obstacles, not having your fucking franchise running back, not having a great offensive lines or many weapons, but you've got to realize if you don't have those things, you are not Superman, and you are not Patrick Mahomes. You are not Aaron Rodgers. You cannot make things happen with your God-given natural ability. Your God-given natural ability is between your ears. Okay, you're 6'5", you've got a good arm, and you can run a little bit. But your main asset is between your fucking ears. It was supposed to be your decision-making process, and that is what I'm lacking in seeing right now. And
he does have great hair. Does have great hair, Steve.
And a bad face, dude. He's got the face for New York. He's got Eli face.
Yeah.
Not since Namath have we had a quarterback that people fawned over in New York. I want Eli Manning, or even Peyton. I really wanted Peyton Manning, but I want like slack-jawed kind of, a little like, I like the panic look of Daniel Jones. I like everything he brings to the table, except when I'm seeing out on the field. But they backed their way into a fucking win, and it ended up costing us $2,000
Yeah.
because they couldn't cover 2.5 fucking points. How do you not cover 2.5 points? How does that not happen? I got home. They got the fumble off of Kyle Allen. They ran it in for the 6 points. I'm saying, boom, I'm going to go wash the coronavirus off me because guess what? Americans putting people in the middle seats now. So it's over. It's over. It's all coming back. Okay, so trust me. I flew twice. Well, by the way, you can't go to Cleveland direct, so I got to fly L.A. to Charlotte, Charlotte to fucking Cleveland, and then Cleveland to Dallas, Dallas to L.A. So 4 times I'm in the midst of a jam-packed airplane, jammed to the gills. Can't fit more people on. Can we get a volunteer to switch to another flight, please? I'm thinking, oh, good. Maybe they need 2 or 3 more people so that the middle seats are open. No, that's because they overbooked the fucking flights. It's coming back. Mark my words.
How many people had face masks and the double whammy, the face mask with the shield?
I will say it's required across the board. You have to have a face mask that covers both your nose and mouth. You cannot wear a face shield. You can wear a face shield over. So if I'm Andy Reid, I'm not getting on the plane. You've got to have a face covering over your thing. That might be good enough for coaching on the sideline outdoors at an NFL game, but it's not for an American Airlines flight when you're sitting literally closer than my wife has been next to me for the last 6 months, okay? I felt like I was in a coffin. I felt like when I sat down again, I was like, oh, this is the, like, this doesn't, like, I did this a lot and it never felt that bad. You are in a tomb. It's terrible. But you have to wear a face mask. You have to cover your nose and mouth the entire time. Very strict about that. They actually came around, like, some people fell asleep and their shit's just fucking off. And they were like, wake you up. They're like, sir, can you and fix it? So, but then on the way it's on. So, and I was like, like their masks were off. They had them, hanging off the hospital masks. If I see people at a hospital mask on a plane, it's like, you're trash. You didn't plan for this. They had to give that to you because you were going to be one of those people that didn't wear a fucking mask. So I'm like, I know you. You've been living free. You've been wild and fucking all over the place. Unless I did see a guy, by the way, I've seen 2 people with like what looked like the original hospital masks, like the ones they gave out the first week. Like Dave Taylor had one when I had lunch with him. And the string, the string, it's a very fucking dainty string that goes around your hair. It snapped off and he just created one and tied it around and tied the string. I'm like, Dave, those are like 97 cents, right? You can get, like, literally, if you go to Best Buy and pretend you want to buy something, they'll give you one for free, a new one. Not even one without ketchup stains all over. But anyway, yeah. So the flight is gnarly. The flight probably even worse. So just be prepared. They're not like, it's over. No one cares anymore, especially on planes. I'm hearing like, my kids can't go to school, but I have a lady who I've never met, who I've never seen before, who literally took it on top of me on the way to Charlotte. And I'll never see her again. And that's it. But she slept on me. So that was, it was nuts. I was disappointed.
Your next date, Steve? You seem excited to get back out there. Let's hear next 4 weeks. Where are you at?
I did just book New Year's Eve at Arlington Draft House in Arlington, Virginia. But I'm going to be East Coast, so that's going to be. I'll drive myself down there and I'll drive back. That's not a big deal. So. Driving is, but flying right now, it's just, I know. Look, even if I was in first, I'm going to be honest, 2 of the legs, but it's still like, you're still like, everyone's on the plane and they're walking by you. It's just a fucking thing, man. I don't know. Okay. I just don't feel. Speaking of flying, you're supposed to be going to fucking Hawaii this weekend, right, Biddlecombe?
I'm on a plane right now to Honolulu.
Mentally, right?
Yep.
Damn, dude. You're supposed to be a married man right now.
I've got my check sitting in the other room. I'm going to go deposit it. The insurance came through, got every penny except the $25 deposit, $500 deductible. So I'm only out $525.
That's not
Could be
bad.
worse.
Not bad at all. So.
And with the $30,000 that they ripped off at the catering hall, you know, so it's only like $30,500 down.
We got to sell our house, but other than that, we're doing really well.
You know, your wine collection has been diminished a bit, but other than that, everything else is good to go, right? G to G, bro.
We're doing good.
By
I'm
the
no
way,
longer
are
on
you
steroids.
worried? Oh, you're not.
No.
I did say you look a little slimmer and a little less virile than you did
I
last week. Last week you looked like you were
weight.
ready to jump through the screen.
I'm the only guy who loses weight on steroids.
I have a question. Are you a little delay in getting married is giving Kat, like, you know, it's been a year since you won the $1 million, right? And like, you know, maybe like the polish is worn off a little bit, like giving her more time to contemplate like a life with you for the rest of your life.
Am I
Like,
worried that
you know,
the more time between that, the more she's going to be like, I need to get out of this? No, absolutely not.
Yes. I mean, I haven't really like.
Steve, I know what you're
like,
getting
you know,
at. I see what you're getting at. We've actually we've become closer in quarantine. We've literally spent every minute of every day together for the last how many months now? Are we 7 months in now?
Yeah, March.
Something like
Literally.
that.
Every minute of the day. And we're still happy. So I think we'll be okay.
All right.
You're talking about, you got to understand.
Like if I was there, like what if we had her on as a guest? Like I'm just wondering if we had her on as a guest. And I wonder if she would echo the same sentiments that you're giving.
The
out
only
right
thing
now. That's all I'm
she would
wondering.
tell you is that I
one
need to
side of
start
the
brushing
story.
my hair more. That's all she would. She said that when I don't brush my hair, it gives her anxiety. Other than that, I don't know.
Why? You don't ask. You
No,
don't ever follow up. You don't ever say like, why did you
brush my hair?
Feel like I'm giving up on life, or
I don't need to get a reason. I'll just go brush it. It's like, okay, we're good.
Is she worried about you and depression? Is she like, I want to get to that.
No.
I want to know what's going on there, dude. I want to know what's.
I think she knows I'm sad that I haven't been able to perform. And you know,
sexually?
No, on stage, comedy, stand-up comedy.
I didn't look. You got to qualify.
He hasn't been able to perform sexually on stage.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know,
look, man, I was on medication.
That's the tip of the iceberg.
I was on medication. It happens to a lot of guys. Things shrivel.
Look, I'm just wondering. I worry about you.
No, we're good.
Worry about
we're good.
You know,
you don't need to worry. We're good.
All right.
You're talking about.
That's
you got to
fine.
understand. We've been dating. What was it? A month, and she moved in, and we've been together like 6.5 years. So we basically have been married for years, just not on paper. So she's in it. She's not going anywhere. Her name is on the fucking.
That sounds ominous. That sounds like.
Yeah, she can't.
She's not going anywhere.
There are locks on the door that she doesn't have keys to. Like,
dude, I look. Whatever your method is, that's fine. I just wanted to check in, see what's what, suss out the situation. I'm not trying to, you know, I'm worried about your mental health and a little bit about hers, you know, just to see what's what. Take a temperature check. That's all. I watched. Oh, by the way, I was in the hotel in fucking Cleveland, and I don't know what was going on. They were doing construction on one end of the building, but like half the channels were in and out. So I had to watch that because I'm looking at your screen, Lucas. The Amy Comey Bryant, you know, the hearing.
Yeah.
I had to watch.
Call her Amy Comey Bryant.
Amy Kobe Bryant, right? That's her name.
Yeah, that's it.
That's why she's getting in. Amy Kobe Bryant. So I'm watching her, right? And then my buddy from New York texts me. He's like, this chick's hot. I'm like, are you talking about Amy Kobe Bryant? And he's like, yeah, no. He's like, she's young. Like I would bang her. And I'm like, you would bang her. I'm like, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, that's a thing that we all like. I'm sure a lot of guys sat there and was like, yeah, you would bang. But that like, there's a line of people willing to bang my buddy, and he's like selecting which one. I just find it really weird that he's like, yeah, I would bang her, circumstance whatsoever, pro-life, pro-choice, like at the risk of her children, she would not bang my buddy. I know that for a fact. And I just love the fact that I still think I do the same thing too. Yeah, I'd bang her, but like, there's no chance that in the world that Amy Kobe Bryant would ever bang me. Not me. Not me at all, dude. Not even at my charmiest of charm. Not if she saw me at my peak best with Amy Kobe Bryant.
Not even if you learned all the laws and recited them to her, she would not bang you.
Yeah, what if I was like, hey, Amy Kobe Bryant, 7 years ago. Cometh over here. Cometh? Okay. I don't know. Like, whatever, dude. You know what I'm talking about. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I would do the homework and make sure I knew what law school she went to. But I'm just saying, none of us have a shot with her at all. So I don't know why we want to bang Amy Kobe Bryant. And that's that. I don't know how. Just your background got me on that. Can we get back to fucking? I don't want to talk about the election. Okay. I don't want to talk about how Trump walked off of 60 Minutes and then tweeted out a picture of Leslie Stahl with no mask on, as if that's going to justify any of the behavior that we're about to see next Sunday on 60 Minutes.
Well, you saw what he said.
I can't wait.
You saw what he said, right? He's going to release the interview early, so then all of us can see just how doctored the media makes him look bad, and he's going to show us the real interview and everything that actually went down. And then on Sunday, we're going to see the edited version, which is fake news. So we're going to get the real shit from him, apparently.
I mean, is this before or after the fucking debate on Thursday? Because the debate Thursday is going to have a mute button, which, look, here's my prediction on this whole fucking thing. I think mute come into play because you're going to hear audibly also. I don't think it's going to be a thing where I think it's going to sound, going to look like, but it's going to look like he doesn't know why, but you're going to hear like, I'm not fuck on the side of it. Yeah, wrong. Like it's going to be, like when you hear someone's grandparents, yelling, or someone's parents yelling at the side of like a Zoom meeting, which has happened to us, by the way, during school. Where like I didn't know where Tracy put this fucking thing. I go, every day it's a different place every day, and it's like you're in the middle of now the Zoom.
Of seeing something thrown at this debate of any other presidential debate in history, because with the mute button, if you're if you're Trump and you're yelling at something that Biden's saying that you just believe 100,000,000% is incorrect, and he's not stopping because you can't talk over him, like you're going to throw a shoe. Eventually, he's going to say something. You're going to throw a shoe.
He's just going to continue verbally till he gets his way. That's what it's going to be. He's just going to do it till he gets his way. It's not going to go smoothly. Trust me. If everyone's thinking or planning that this debate's going to be something of like a great meeting of minds to discuss ideas, you're sorely mistaken.
No,
it's still going to be the exact same shit show you just watched.
Yeah.
You're just not going to be able to hear it as well. And that's going to be that. Yeah.
What's going to be harder to watch?
Sound like us trying to do a podcast while Rogue just that's Trump, and like as Biden tries to answer a question, you're going to hear that off to the side. Perfect timing. Thank you, Rogue. I agree with you.
That's why she's here.
What's going to be harder to watch?
Rogue. Let's interview Rogue. Who do you think Rogue? Do you think Rogue would say that the two of you have had beautiful bliss every moment of every day during this quarantine, or do you think Rogue could testify to some of the shit that's going on in that condo of yours?
She doesn't like that.
She doesn't want to be
some of the real, like, if it's gonna be like this for the rest of our lives, well, I can't do this, Brenton. None of that. Rogue, tell us about the stuff you've seen. Bark if you've seen some untoward things in that house, Rogue. Rogue, have you seen?
Oh,
have you seen anger?
She loves it. Loves it. We're just here all the time now. We don't ever
She
leave.
looks good now. She looks better.
We tried to leave once. I swear to God, we had to take her with us. Because we walked out the door, we shut it and locked it, and she started howling because we haven't left her alone in, forever. It was really
Well,
sad.
speaking of howling, listen to this shit. I was in Cleveland this weekend in the hotel room. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon. I think it was Friday. And just hanging out, just had lunch, doing some email, and I hear like whining, a kid whining. Yeah, I didn't want it. And you're like, oh, fuck. All right, it's close. I can't tell what room it's in, but it's kid whining. Then I realize it's in the room right next to me, right? And mommy, mom. This goes on for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Now look, I've got an immunity to this stuff. I can zone a kid out, even a kid that's not even mine. But it's still starting to become a thing where like, look, mom, you got to do something about it. Like, it's like when I would say to my wife, like, babe, we got to figure this out because we're annoying people now. Like, it's not just about us in this hotel room. So anyway, this is going on 5, 10, 15 minutes. And then it becomes a thing where the kid's just like, Mom, mommy, I'm hungry. Mom. And I'm going, what the fuck is going on? So I'm like, why is no one answering this kid? So it goes on for another 5 minutes. Now it's got to be 3 o'clock. This has been going on for a half hour. I've called downstairs. I go, hey, look, I'm in this 5, whatever. I go, the room next to me, there's a kid in there. It's a whining. It's like, it's not stopping. I don't know. You might want to see if something's going on. Okay, great. Another 5 minutes goes by. This whining is now escalating bigger and bigger. Mommy. I'm going, oh, fuck. Now I'm getting the twisted feeling where it's like, I know like that panic where it's like, and I'm starting to think to myself, this mom is in the room and she maybe fell down, smacked her head. She's laying on the ground and this kid's trying to get her up or attention or whatever. So now I can hear the panic. 5 minutes, another 5 minutes goes by. I'm like, what the fuck? Nobody from the hotel's come yet. I finally go, fuck this. I open up the door. I go next door. I knock on the door. Stops. The whining stops. And I hear, hello? I go, hey, I'm next door. Are you okay? Is everything all right in there? Get away from my door. I'm like, okay, all right. I'm not here to bother you. I just want to check and see. You're yelling for your mom. Is she in there? Is everything okay? I want to make sure you're okay. You got my one, mommy. You got to get out of here. I'm like, oh my God, dude. Holy shit. I'm like, this woman probably I'm thinking someone's passed out in that room and this kid doesn't know what to do. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to stay right here. She's like, get out of here. I'm like, all right, I'll go back to my room, but I'll be here if you need. Knock on the door next door. Finally, as I go, the doors open up of the elevator. Security comes out, and they come in like, and they hear what's going on. I go, yeah. And then they're like, what? I go, she's in that room. I don't know. It's been going on for 5 minutes. It's 2 security guards and the hotel lady downstairs. We're trying to figure out, okay, do we open the door? All of a sudden, bing, the elevator door opens again. This lady comes walking past us with her key out, right? She walks past the 3 of us, right? Just kind of slides between us, opens up the door to the hotel room, right? Just looks at us, right? Opens the door. She goes, why are you crying? And she opens the door to her kid, goes inside and just goes, thank you, and closes the door with a beer in her hand. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, and I just looked at the security guards. I was like, holy shit. And and everybody's wearing a mask. So you can't really, it's not like, you can't be like, holy shit. Everyone's like, and I was like, yeah, I can't believe this lady, what I believe now, like either put this kid down for a nap and went down to the bar and then just like randomly came up an hour later to check on him. And this kid was going ballistic for the last.
How old was
for like
the kid?
45. I never saw the kid. She walked past us, right?
Damn.
The door. The kid's screaming. And like,
young enough to not know where the mini bar is.
Oh my God, dude. I was like, and I was like, do we still have to check on this? Like, we should still check if this kid's okay. Like, just because this lady with a beer had the key to the room and the kid kind of stopped crying, like, it was nuts. I was full. I was like, holy shit. And I'm like, this is Ohio. These are the people deciding our election. These are the 5 swing state that we have. This is it. Great. Day drinkers who leave their kids alone in hotel rooms. For us, I babysat
During
that
COVID.
kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I spent 45 minutes babysitting that kid. I was the one on my computer writing emails like, oh, that tone's different. That's worrisome. Like I was doing all the fucking parenting work for this lady while she was downstairs killing beers. It was very frustrating. Cleveland, dude. Your parents came to the show though, Brendan, right?
They did. They had a great time.
They did.
They said
They have
you were
anything to say?
hilarious.
Yep. What else did they say?
Well, you're their
What?
favorite comic now. They like you more than me.
Wow. Wow. Does that hurt?
No. I mean, I
didn't even do a meet
suspected.
and greet. I didn't even see them after the show.
They were bummed. My dad was like, I want to try to figure out some way to yell something at him. I was like, no, Dad, that's heckling. Well, no, it won't be heckling because I want him to know that I'm in the – Dad, that's heckling.
Still the definition. Yep.
But I'm not going to yell something negative. I'm just going to scream something. No, Dad.
Can't do it.
You'll see him next year.
I know. I told him, I go, people still want to do meet and greets. I'm like, I cannot do this, guys. What are you, nuts? Like, There's a fucking communicable disease. We're all passing around. I can't do it. But the shows were fucking super, super fun. I had a good time. And, I'm your parents' favorite comedian, so I can't let the city of Cleveland down. I owe it to them. Just like I owe it to our viewers and listeners an apology because I thought we had it in the bag. I thought we were off to a hell of a start this weekend. And then after the Giants missed, it was all downhill after that.
Yep. We got to stop betting on your team.
I really feel like, look, we did a Patreon thing on Monday where we watched, it was a Monday we watched football. And a couple of our Patreon members, they brought up the point where, maybe we're biting off more than we can chew with 7 games. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I disagree.
I feel like I said my logic is if I'm going to miss, I'm missing big, dude. I'm missing huge. I'm missing I don't want to make this, get 2 games right and then start there and slowly build it up. I want to fucking cash in big.
And honestly,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but honestly, even if we did go back to 3-game parlays, Lucas, would you rather win 3 or 4 $250 weeks, or would you rather win one for $30,000?
Jackpot, baby.
That's what we're talking about here.
Yeah. We're not fucking around, dude. We're the number one
we're
podcast
done
in the world.
fucking around.
We get there by just hedging our bets and playing it safe. We're going to make 7-game parlays with taking the wrong money lines and spreads at the wrong time. We're going to make mistakes like that. But when we fucking put it all together, it's going to be huge. Huge.
Which, speaking of big bets, I saw a guy put a bet down in January for the Rays to win the American League. And it was 1,000 to 1 odds, I believe. He put down $30,000 and he just collected $300,000.
Well, at least he put. I hope this lunatic that we retweeted, the guy in 2016 that said that the Dodgers would lose to the Rays 4-2 in the World Series. I hope he puts him out. Who is this fucking guy?
Yeah.
I love how I did no research on who this Nostradamus was, but I just immediately retweeted him. He could be
it's fact.
The most
definitely
alt-right,
not
white
photoshopped.
supremacist, fucking horrible human Adolf Hitler 2.0. But I was like, this guy's a genius. Are you nuts? What a call. Yeah. It was, I was like, holy shit, from fucking downtown. That's the kind of thing I'm looking for. I want one of those. I want to put together one of these slips where people go, really? They're going to fuck? And then we call it, Yeah. That's where we make our names. Not with, we cashed in on a fucking parlay. Who gives a fuck? Give me a 7-game fucking call 'em. Let's go.
I do think we got to stop. The NFC East teams, though, they always fuck us, too. The afternoon games in the NFC East.
Yeah.
Who's backing up?
Yeah. What's happening here?
Oh, that's living in the middle of L.A.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought we were getting canceled. I thought I said something, and in the middle of
No,
podcast,
that was
like,
that was the
Yeah.
that was the
That's
Binks
done,
truck
dude. It's
backing up
over.
to pay us this week.
Pay us our money, dude. No, what was I just about to say? Fuck.
No more
fuck,
NFC
fuck.
East teams. We're not.
No. Because they're not playing football, dude. They're playing like low-level Division III college football out there. So when you like, I can't pick a high school game because I don't know when the quarterback's going to get his ankles cracked in half, or if any of the team's defenses are ever going to show up because they were partying the night before. So it's like that's what I don't bet on that. I'm betting on professional football teams that play to win. So, we'll bet on the NFC East when the playoffs come, and we have to bet against whatever team, is representative of that fucking shithole. And by the way, I still think it might be the Giants.
Hey,
Go!
you guys have a chance to win that division. I mean, it is
No shit,
Dallas.
dude.
Dallas is bad.
If we win on Thursday-
their line's gotten even worse. I mean, Andy
Yes.
Dalton looked like he was wearing cement
Horrible.
shoes.
Horrible. And if we win on Thursday, we are almost tied for second place. That tie is going to fuck us up for a little bit, but we'll be close. We'll have beaten Philadelphia, and we'll have 2 wins and 5 losses. They'll have 2 wins, 4 losses, and a tie. So,
And the
go
Eagles
fuck
can't
yourself,
stay
Philly.
healthy. The Eagles
And
have
then-
just been.
Yeah.
Who's been hurt
And so
worse
the-
than them? Jesus.
This is a big game on Thursday. That's why
The
the
Eagles-
NFL is like, hey, you can watch the fucking debate and the game at the same time. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, let's make our life decisions while we're fucking trying to make sure, Daniel Jones covers the fucking spread, please. By the way, if you're waiting for this debate to still decide on who your candidate's going to be, again, please go to your nearest bridge and jump off of it, because you are not yes. And I hope it's super high or super low, so that when you get to so when you just fall to the floor and you just hurt your arm, you feel like as dumb as you are. Okay. Anyway, that turns.
Well, quick question, Steve.
What?
26 million people have already voted. Now, if you're like,
I'm one of them.
Yeah. Now, what if you want to change your vote? Can't
Can't,
do
you
it, right?
voted.
Yeah.
You voted. You
It's
can't.
over.
You can't
I've-
change your vote.
No, it's
There's
over.
no edit?
The die has been cast, bro.
Yeah, I
The
mean, if you
die
were
has-
confident enough to vote in advance,
Yeah.
you don't
I
get to then
honestly
change your
don't
vote.
care. I wouldn't. I like if Joe Biden killed Kamala Harris right now for some odd reason, even if it wasn't an accident, I would still be like, well, what are we gonna do? I already voted. I can't change
Like,
it
if you
now.
finish your SATs before the end of the time and you turn them in, can you go get them back and redo that answer? No, you can't go back and change your vote, right? Same shit.
No.
Suck
By the
it.
way, this voter fraud thing, I don't even want to get into it, but like my aunt posted the other day, or my cousin, I don't remember who it was, some family member that, it has a huge divide that's a rift now. It's like, look at this voter fraud. She's like, my son who hasn't lived here in 3 years and has a new address got a ballot mailed to him. I'm like, yeah, he probably gets fucking registration stuff too. There's no registration fraud for car registration. Nobody's, relax, shred it, lady. It's if 2 fucking ballots come back with the same thing.
Yeah, maybe
person's
your son
name,
didn't change his registration when he moved.
Who knows? Give me a break. Give me a fucking break.
I mean, I voted in New Hampshire the whole time I was in college, even though I was living in Massachusetts, because that's where my registration was.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. My biggest thing is I almost put it in the FedEx box. I walked up to my thing, and the boxes. They should have made it different. They should have made it look like a bald eagle or
They
something.
did make it different.
Yeah. No, you got to make
It's
it.
completely labeled.
I don't even
It's
want
labeled.
like, the slit.
Put it here.
No. It looks
Yeah.
It's right
completely
next
different.
to the FedEx drop-off box.
One says FedEx and one says this is not FedEx.
All I'm saying is that if you accidentally put it in the FedEx box, FedEx should have to send that and count that ballot for you. So that's the thing. On November 3rd, you're going to have FedEx counter ballots coming in at the very last minute too, and wait to be counted as well.
I wonder if you're like a
And
FedEx
I would
carrier.
argue if you're voting through FedEx, you probably should also go jump off that bridge.
What? No, that's an accident.
I don't
you
want
went out of
someone who
your way.
can't read voting.
No, Brenton, you've made a decision. You're a decisive person. You just made a mistake at the end. If you're still waiting to figure
Because
out
you
which of these
couldn't
guys is the
read.
person- What?
What, did you not read the box? FedEx is like
What?
bright purple and orange.
Oh my God! What if you're?
I just
colorblind?
thought the election was sponsored.
By
Who
FedEx.
knows? Yeah, the 2020.
They do it in
presidential election,
NASCAR.
Sponsored by FedEx. Yeah, sponsored by Mattress Mac. It doesn't matter. I'm saying, like, you think the U.S. government's above getting fucking sponsorship? The U.S. postal team had fucking more steroids running through it, and they sold their soul to the devil to get Lance Armstrong. You don't think they're going to fucking sell the election out to some sort of, Pepsi election brought to you by Beyonce? And pull up, if you can, are there any prop bets we can do for this debate on Friday or Thursday?
I've been looking here. I looked.
Oh.
The closest I found is the buzzwords, the most likely buzzwords to be said. Can you
Okay.
guess what the most likely name
Hunter?
other than Oh, actually, that's a good guess, but it isn't. It's Dr. Fauci.
Yeah, Fauci.
And then the
Well-
least likely name to be mentioned, I no one's going to guess this, but at plus 700 or 7,500 odds, it's Dwayne Johnson. I don't know in what way The Rock's
Wait,
name would
you
ever be
mean The
mentioned.
Rock
But
or
I think
Dwayne
it's
Johnson?
Dwayne Johnson.
AKA The Rock. I don't think Biden would bring it up, but he, for the first time, publicly supported Biden with the largest Instagram following in the world. So he posted like a video a few weeks back giving his support to Biden. So maybe that probably upset Trump, especially since they wrestled together.
Do you honestly think that out of how many people does The Rock have on that 29 million? 20, how many million?
He has like
100
200
million?
million?
Yeah, he's got like
200 million.
Yeah, 200 million or something.
So figure how many of those are American citizens that can vote? 30 million? 40? Right?
At least.
Yeah.
Okay. 40 million, right? Out of those 40 million, how many of those people do you think are honestly not decided on who they're going to vote for and are looking to The Rock for their maybe 10, 15? Okay. If The Rock is mentioned in the election because of 10 or 15 people, it's time. We're fighting for nothing. The union is over. The great experiment has failed. It's done. You can easily be bought by corporate sponsorship and who has the most followers, and that can be whatever those issues are brought to the forefront, and that's it. It's over. So if The Rock comes in, and I'm a long shot man. What's the odds? 2,500 to 1 or 2,000? What is it? 2,500 to 1?
7,500 to 1.
7,500. I'm taking those. I'm taking that because let me tell you something. I do not put it over NBC or Biden. I know. You know what? Homeboy's not going to mention him. Trump's not going to mention him. Biden might mention him because he needs this liberal Hollywood support. So he may be like, you got guys like Snoop Dogg and The Rock who have never voted before. I don't know if The Rock's never voted before, but in the context of that, the reason I bring up Hunter Biden getting more mentioned than any other name is because Trump doesn't want to talk about Fauci. Trump would be happy if Fauci's name never got brought up in the entire debate. He knows that's an impossibility. But he would love to talk about Hunter Biden. So I think because he's going to be the driving force of trying to jam his agenda down, that's why the name Hunter Biden gets mentioned more than Fauci. Even though I think Fauci obviously is a bigger subject and will be mentioned more by both Biden and the moderator, I think that Trump does not want to talk about Fauci because Fauci is the only guy that he knows. His people have told him, like, it's the third rail right now. Like, he's basically said it on Fox today. He's like, I would fire him if it wasn't going to be a thing where I knew I would piss everybody off.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's the only untouchable. Everybody else he doesn't give a fuck about. Michelle Obama, the Pope, it doesn't matter. Deities, holy people, it doesn't matter. Angela, other leaders, but Fauci has got the credibility of the country, and he knows if he fucks with him or fires him, it's over. But by the way, here's a prediction for you. 1,000%. If Trump wins the election, Fauci will be fired by February 15th. because there are no more elections. There are no more things to win. That's it. Now you've got a king in there. So, and if so it's over. Fauci's gone. Probably it would be by the Super Bowl. I think you'll have Super Bowl kickoff, and he'll bury it that day. They'll fire Fauci Super Bowl Sunday, so it gets kind of buried in the news. But it's over for Fauci, and I bet you he's happy about it, even though he knows it's probably going to be the demise of the country. But anyway,
I got OddsShark's top 10 bets here. You want to go over them real quick for the debate? All right. So usual, what type of pattern will Trump's tie have? It's the first question.
It's solid.
Dead red. Dead solid red.
He's been going with the stripe, though, I think.
Wait, what did he wear in the first one? Was it a red tie or a blue tie?
It was striped. It was striped. It was red and white.
No, this is going to be solid red, dude.
Yeah, he'll mix it up and go back to the classic solid red just to show he's in power.
Who's picking dotted? I've never seen Trump with a dotted tie.
Well, that's why it's plus 800.
Yeah, he's not a dotted tie kind of man.
Paisley or floral, can you imagine?
Okay, what type of pattern will Biden's tie have? I think he
blue and white stripe.
That's me too. I think he goes striped.
I'm going dotted.
Yep.
I feel like solid. I feel like they're both going to go solid because they want to appear solid, right?
Ooh, I didn't know. I didn't think we were going to play into that. All right,
I mean,
all right.
all of the way you look on these things is like entirely like it's all about how you present yourself. So solid colors feels secure, right?
And I thought you couldn't even wear a circle pattern on TV like that. I thought it causes fucks with the camera. So
yeah, little tiny patterns striped. Probably do.
Yeah, I think.
Okay,
striped.
What color will Trump's tie be? Steve, you already said red. Solid red.
Yeah, solid red and a blue and white stripes for Biden.
Yeah, I would say Trump red, and Biden will probably be. Yeah, I would say blue for Biden because they got to represent their party's color.
Yeah.
Okay. What will Biden say first?
Hello. Oh,
come on, man.
Come on, man. Scranton, Malarkey, or what's that last one?
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Any idea what that is?
No idea.
No.
Plus 2,000 though, so probably not.
Give me the juice.
The money on that.
Give me the juice.
I like Malarkey. I like a Malarkey.
I like Scranton. He didn't mention Scranton.
Inshallah is Arabic for in God's will or God willing.
Whoa! Dude, I feel like
he's saying, "Come on, man."
Yeah, no. I don't think Biden's going to say that.
I like Malarkey. I'm taking Malarkey on that one. This guy's full of malarkey. I'm from Scranton, Pennsylvania, and I'll tell you what's what. All right, Insula.
Do you think he fits them all in one sentence? That would be quite something.
Sloppy Joe or Kamala Harris for Trump. Oh, it's a phony
Sleepy
Kamala.
Joe. Sleepy Joe.
Sleepy Joe. Oh,
Steve's just hungry.
Yeah, I like Sloppy Joe more. I think that's a better nickname.
Yes, he's gonna say Sleepy Joe.
I like phony Kamala. Like that phony Kamala.
I bet he says them together. That Sleepy Joe, phony Kamala. He's gonna list them.
I just when I that's how I pick it. I picture him saying it in the context, and I try to figure out where that is, and I feel like he's gonna say, "You and your phony Kamala Harris," or something like that. I think phony Kamala comes first.
What do you think Trump will say first?
Fake news.
No, he's gonna say China virus.
Yeah, but I feel like his people are probably trying to talk him out of saying it like that at this point. Or
no, because his
no, you got to dig in now.
That unites them.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, if we're against this invisible enemy from China.
Oriental
I hate this
China
level of hell.
Yeah, this is like you got to when you're in it, man. You got to start digging deeper. You can't start building a ladder to get out.
He's going to talk about how he's overcome the virus and it's not a big deal, and he'll call it the China virus while he's talking about it. That's going to be the first thing he's going to want to talk about. I beat the virus. I'm invincible. I feel better than I did 20 years ago. China virus.
Okay, which state will be?
Yeah, I have an opinion on this one. Which state will be mentioned first?
Yeah,
Florida.
I think it's Wisconsin for a shoo-in. My money's
I don't know.
on Wisconsin.
Where's the debate taking place?
It's
either
in Florida,
Tennessee or
right?
Florida. Okay, Miami then. Yeah.
Then
The
it'll be
last one was
Florida
supposed to be
because
Nashville.
one of them will say, how great is it that we're here in the great state of Florida at Miami, blah, blah, blah. Like that's hitting that.
Maybe
So-
Biden will jab Trump for how much time he spends in Florida golfing.
Is it in Florida? Are we 100% positive?
Whatever state it's in, if that state's listed there, that's what you put your money on. Because they always start by thanking whoever, and all you have to do is say the state. It doesn't say how you say the state. So if he just mentions like, oh, we're here in Miami, thank you, Florida, for having us, that'll be what hits first.
Why is it
Okay.
in Florida?
I'm pretty sure it's in Florida. The last one was supposed to be in Nashville, and this one's in Miami, I believe. Unless this one, for some reason, has moved to Nashville, but I don't think it is. Okay, which topic
look
do you
it up.
think will be debated first?
COVID.
Yeah, COVID. 100%.
Yeah.
That's the leaderboard.
I would say COVID's safe, but maybe if Biden gets a chance to talk first, he'll talk about the lack of leadership through everything.
Yeah. He might talk about the
Okay.
lack of leadership through the like racial
Through COVID.
and
Yeah.
the racial
Kind of a-
unjust.
It might touch on both of those.
Yeah.
Who do you think takes the first sip of water?
Donald Trump.
100% Biden. 100% Biden. 100%
I
Biden.
disagree with you.
Trump's gonna
No.
do it just to prove he can do it with one hand again.
100% Biden.
Now, I don't know what this one is, the presidential debate drinking game, but my money would be on Trump too.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
know
even
what that is,
understand.
but I would
Yeah, I
love
don't
to
get
play
that
the
at all.
game.
I wonder if it's drink every time they get muted.
Right. And then the next question,
I mean-
whose microphone?
Yeah, it's going to be I think they're both going to be muted when the other person's not talking. So it's almost whoever the other person speaks first. So it's like whoever goes first. But
Well, Trump
I think,
mentioned
like-
Joe Rogan.
yeah, I just think that well, Donald Trump mentioned Joe Rogan. If he does, like, no, like he shouldn't. He really shouldn't. But
He's an entertainer.
it is a long shot. So
But
God damn,
my,
dude.
my favorite one of all this is, will the First Lady and Trump share an embrace after the debate? The odds are on no.
Yeah, well, of
she
course
might not
they don't.
be there.
They never have.
Well,
No,
I would
not gonna be
say,
there.
yeah, because she pulled out of campaign stuff because she's still like having COVID symptoms. So whatever medicine that he's on, he wasn't sharing with her because she's still sick.
Well, he's ready for his fourth wife.
So yeah, that's a big no.
Yeah. So these are all the bets you can place right now on OddsShark. But I know DraftKings will have games tomorrow too.
Do you think that what will be closer, the debate as to who won, or the Giants-Eagles game?
No, the Giants-Eagles game is going to be one of the two teams is going to show up and kick the shit out of the other. It's not going to be close.
Fuck.
Those are two
I
bad
mean,
teams.
the
One
Eagles
team's
get
going to
that.
stay a bad team, and the other's going to be like, oh, no, we're not really a bad team. It's a 43.5 total, and the line just moved. Philadelphia is now 4.5. Minus 4.5.
They're getting
Was
Lane
four,
Johnson and Deshaun
now
Jackson.
4.5. Yeah.
Before we get to picking our picks, I want to talk about two other things. There's a big UFC fight this weekend, which I'm not sure if anyone. This is when I wish we still had the ability to take callers, but Khabib.
Oh, I figured out a
Justin
way we might
Gaethje.
be able to do that for
Really?
later. Yes, I just
Oh,
did it last
awesome.
night. Anyway,
Amazing.
continue.
Yeah, so I wish we'd be able to. Yeah, we'll have people that knowledgeable. But are you guys at all gonna watch the fight or care? No, any of that? No, I know.
No.
I'm gonna. It's a good fight. Khabib is the best in the world, and then I think Justin Gaethje is probably the best chance for someone to beat him right now. He's a great wrestler, but we'll see. I mean, look, I think always a guy that just lost his father is very motivated, and Khabib lost his dad to COVID, so that was his trainer and his main guy. So I think that with that motivation, it's going to be tough for anyone to beat him under any circumstance. So it should be a good fight. But also, in town in Los Angeles, a lot of the professional golfers you'll see walking around if you live here, because the Zozo Championship is being played at Sherwood Country Club this weekend. And as a matter of fact, they're all in town. Tiger Woods is playing in it. Patrick Reed, Xander Schauffele. Dustin Johnson is not, although he normally would, but he's got COVID and hasn't tested negative twice yet. So he won't be there. But, yeah, a lot of the top players will be here this week. It's a cool track. I've never gotten a chance to play Sherwood Country Club, but I know some members there. I've done some stuff there in the clubhouse. But, it looks beautiful, and it should be fun to watch. I'm actually going after the podcast to go play with Patrick Reed's caddy at Rustic Canyon, which is not too far from Sherwood Country Club. So I'm going to try to get some inside scoop before I make my predictions on who I think is going to win for my DraftKings. But I think Xander Schauffele's got a good shot at winning this week. I think I would definitely take Matthew Wolff as someone to look at. Always Colin Morikawa is a steady Eddie. Justin Thomas is going to finish top 10. That's a guaranteed. And, I think for a long shot, Tiger Woods, who's ranked 25th in the world, he has played really well at Sherwood Country Club before. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was at the top towards the end too. So, that's fucking boring golf news for everyone. So I can draw. Dude, by the way, it's becoming more and more popular everywhere you go. Over 1 million rounds more played in July of 2020 than in 2019. So get on board, dude. Everyone's starting to play, Brenton.
I play putt-putt, man. Anytime you want to go putt-putt.
I have a thing right here. We could do the putt-putt. I have a little practice thing right here. So, I'm just telling you, I think it'd be fun for you to get out there. We can get you a child set of clubs. I can give you Jackson's old clubs. You can go out and play, the perfect size. So it'll be good for you, man. Get some fresh air. Get out. Let your fucking hair catch some wind once in a while. Speaking of hair, Lucas, show us that beautiful fucking bald head of yours.
Oh, yeah.
Took it down to street level, bro. I like it. What are you getting ready for? A race war after the election? Is that what's going to happen?
You got to be ready, Steve. Exactly. I woke up one day, I hadn't had a haircut since January. So this is the longest I could ever get my hair, was 9 months without a haircut.
Damn.
I like it.
Felt so good.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's got to feel good. You got to feel lighter.
If my mom watches this podcast, she's going to ask me to ask you for your clippers and to just shave. I swear to God, she calls me every week. Your hair looks terrible. Do you want me to send you something? Can you go get a cut? Can you do something? It's like, no, I'm good.
Thank God my mom doesn't know what a podcast is, because if she ever saw this shit.
A 32
Your hair looks
year-old
great,
man.
Steve. Your hair looks great, Steve.
It's unmanageable now.
You have the
like
hair
it.
of like the villain from The Incredibles.
Yeah, it feels like it's just going to keep growing straight up.
Yeah, dude. Like Kid and Play, bro. It goes straight up like Kid and
Yeah.
Play. We have the high and tight right up here. Super tight, bro. Super tight.
Right.
Oh, speaking of tight, the Dodgers are 1 game into the World Series. Big fucking win by Clayton Kershaw last night. As I predicted, I believe that correctly, the Dodgers won Game 7. Houston lost. Thank God. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Finally, look. As much as I would have liked to see the Dodgers beat Houston in the World Series for some sort of vindication, I didn't want to see the Houston even get to the goddamn World Series.
Yes.
So I'm happy the Rays. And people want to know what I think. I think that, number one, the way that this season was set up, especially through this up to right now in the playoffs, the Rays were built for this kind of thing. They've got 10 arms out there that can all throw 100 miles an hour. You can give the ball to and at least be confident you can get a couple outs or an inning or a couple innings. So with the way it's been played every day, I think that really advantage went to the Rays. I think on paper, the Dodgers are a much better team hitting-wise. The Rays have problems getting hits, putting hits together once in a while. Their formula is a couple walks and then a big, someone blasts a home run. But after watching last night, I think Mookie Betts is the best player in the world. I think he's starting to show that Mike Trout and him are it's starting to become 1 and 1A. It's not necessarily 1 and 2 anymore. And I think that he wants to show that they're going to have 10 years ahead of them of World Series baseball. I think Clayton Kershaw having a big fucking going out last night, 2 hits, 1 run in 6 innings with 8 strikeouts. That's a Hall of Fame game 1 starter performance, and I'm happy for him that he did it. And so, look, I think that the Rays are going to win the series. I think
Really?
my brain tells me that over the course, I think the Rays have the ability to have the arms to shut down the Dodgers. But my heart wants the Dodgers to win. And my heart, for some reason, is saying they're not going to, even if they get down, if they lose the next 2, maybe even 3 games, they're not going to give up. They are not going to give up on this thing. And I think that the fact that they have a resilience that you want to see from championship teams, and there are 2 days off in the World Series. They got Thursday off, and then they have Sunday off. So, or Monday off. So you're going to get, today, tomorrow, off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then, you go on from there. So they have the 2 days off like normal. So I think that they will have the ability to rest arms, and that takes away the advantage of the Rays a little bit. But overall, for some reason, I think the Rays win in 7 games. And that's what it's telling. That's what my brain's telling me, but my heart wants the Dodgers to win. So I'm going to say Dodgers in 7 games to win the World Series. They're not going to lose Game 7. Even though I think on talent-wise right now, the Rays are playing better and have a better pitching staff. The Dodgers will rise to the moment and to the occasion and win the World Series. Did any of that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Dodgers in 5.
Whoa!
Yeah, they're too good.
I'll say Dodgers in 6.
I say Dodgers in 7. I don't count these fucking Rays out, man. Even last night when they were down 8-1, they still came back, and they were a hit away from making it an 8-5, 8-6 game. So I don't think it's a run through in a 5-game series, but we'll see. We'll see what happens next week. Right now, we will probably know who the champion is.
Yeah.
We'll be getting ready for a Game 7, I think. So anyway. What else? We got to pick our picks.
Also, real quick, we got Big Ten football coming back this weekend. Gotta throw that out.
Oh
there.
yeah, Big Ten,
Yeah.
right? Yes.
Yep.
Thank you, President
So-
Trump.
Yep.
Yeah, it's true. That's all he's doing.
And
So 8 weeks. 8 weeks of football.
Fitzpatrick
Hopefully,
lost his job.
yeah. 2 a time.
Eh.
2 a time. I'm
Feel
happy
sad.
for him.
Did you hear, like he was interviewed when he was asked about Tua taking over, and he said he was heartbroken because he was playing really well. The
Yeah.
3-3. You know why they're doing it? Miami doesn't want to make the playoffs. They don't want to win. And Fitzpatrick was actually winning games. They want a better draft pick to get someone for Tua. And, if Fitzpatrick stays in the rest of the year, they probably go like 9-7 and get like the last seed.
No.
Yeah, I've heard that, but I don't buy it either.
I don't think that either. I don't think they go 9-7.
Their
and I don't.
defense has surprised a lot of people. Fitzpatrick does enough that they can win on offense. They have a couple of weapons. And they have kind of a decent schedule. They get to play the Jets twice. The Bills, we don't know what Buffalo team's going to show up every week now.
Whoa, that's breaking news. Mr. We're going to the Super Bowl.
We just cut a lineman.
My dick, no one's dick is bigger than
We just
mine.
cut a lineman. We deactivated 2 of our starting defensive linemen. So I don't know what's going on in Buffalo right now.
Yeah, the Buffalo defense is not what I thought it was going to be this year.
They have a bye week this week, though.
No, Buffalo's playing the Jets. Well,
That's a
yeah,
bye
I guess
week.
that's a bye week.
Oh God, I mean, what's
If
the
we
spread?
if we lose to the Jets, it's 13.5.
Oh,
It's the biggest spread on the board this
I'll
week.
take the money line, dude. I'm not taking that
13.5.
spread. I'm not taking 13.5. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Well, would you take the Jets to cover?
After you, I mean,
Now keep in mind, no Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell's a Chief now. So you got Frank Gore and you got P. Ryan. That's who's going to run on that terrible defense.
Yeah, but dude, I watched that Bills game, man, and they did not look good. They did not look good. Now,
No, you know
that
what it is?
defense-
It's like Allen has the opposite problem of what Daniel Jones has. Daniel Jones thinks he can do too much. I still think Allen, once he gets inside the red zone, like there's just this mental block of I can't make a mistake. So instead of trusting his arm, which is maybe the best in the league, and gunning it, in that tiny window, he's going, I just need to scramble instead. I got to scramble.
Yeah.
I'll throw it away instead of just taking a shot. It's like, dude, just take a shot. And once he starts doing that, then you're going to start seeing Buffalo's offense click. They need to trade for somebody to shore up that defense, and they could maybe be a contender again. But right now, like, they'll beat the bad teams, they'll hang with the good teams, and they'll get embarrassed by the great teams.
yeah. Well,
Also,
I mean, look,
watching that game, Andy Reid, I don't know if you saw the conditions, how foggy and rainy it was, but he needs wipers on that shield of his.
yeah, dude. This guy's a Super Bowl fucking champion coach. You can't get a guy out there, or no one can make a thing that just does a little. How great would it be if Andy Reid had little windshield wipers on his little fucking? I mean, come on, hello. All right, let's pick our games, guys, because I got to
All right.
I can't hold this
We
guy
got
up.
golf to do.
This guy's a professional caddy, for God's sakes.
So I
Are we
mean,
doing
I guess
7?
I
doing
guess
5?
I think we should just run through the games and the ones that we feel confident about. We just take, and however many that is, that's what it is.
All right.
Are we touching Thursday night?
No NFC.
No, we don't fuck with the NFC East. We've
Okay.
been burned too many times.
So we've got the rematch for the Battle of Ohio. We've got the Browns visiting the Bengals, over under 50.5, and the Browns are road favorites -3.
I just like the money line if you wanted to pick the Browns. I like them winning the game. I don't necessarily care about the points, but I like the Browns winning the game.
Yeah,
Especially
I think
getting embarrassed. They better come back and win this game. They got fucking embarrassed last week.
Joe Burrow's regressed. And
Well,
AJ
he
Green
just
doesn't
came
want to
down
be
to
there.
Yeah.
AJ Green wants out. It's a bad situation, so that's a good pick. The Cowboys and the Washington football team are a pick 'em.
We don't fuck with the NFC
Yeah.
East, bro. Okay? I don't know how many. Do you have to have a T-shirt? That's.
I just want to make sure that all the games are put out there, just in case you get like a little idea.
Yeah. No
Um,
thanks, dude.
This one, we've got the Lions visiting the Falcons, over under 55.5. There will be no defense played, and the Falcons are home favorites -2.5.
I like the Falcons with the points.
The Falcons really showed something replacing the coach, Julio Jones
No.
being back and healthy.
I don't love it, but I mean, I'm not saying I love the Lions, but it just, I feel like the Falcons are just not. I'm not sold 100% on them being, like positively sure about who's going to show up yet. What's the spread? 2.5.
2.5.
Yeah. I mean, Falcons. If you want to do the money line.
Next up, we got the Saints hosting the Panthers. Over unders 51, and the Saints are getting -7.5 at home.
And Michael Thomas back.
Mike Thomas is
Probably,
back.
unless he punches another fucking player in the face.
It's true. They had the bye week. Mike Thomas should be back. Teddy Bridgewater last week, I don't know if he was seeing ghosts, but he just did not want to throw the ball.
Yeah,
threw a
he
couple
sucked.
of picks, and then he just disappeared. That was a good defense he was facing. I would say definitely the money line on the Saints, but I wouldn't put it past the Saints to cover that spread either, just because the Panthers have.
But then you got you have the separate line of Teddy Bridgewater against his old team going back.
No, but see, that's been thrown out there, the revenge narrative, but there's no revenge there. They revived
No, there's no
his career.
revenge, but still, like you want to play well against the guys who,
And he knows the team. Also, New Orleans is allowed to have fans. I don't know if you saw
I'm just
that.
saying Carolina has a terrible run defense, and they've got to try to figure out Kamara and Latavius Murray. So
New
I
Orleans
think
in the money line.
Saints, I think the Saints could get out to a 10-point lead and just run the ball.
Yeah, New Orleans on the money line for sure.
Okay. Bills, Jets.
I almost
It's the lines moved slightly. It's now -13. Buffalo on the road.
I would take the Bills, but not the points.
Well, the money
I
line's
mean-
-700, so we're not really
Yeah,
gaining
you're
anything
not gonna-
by. So it comes down to: do you think Josh Allen comes back with a "fuck you" week?
I vote for taking the Jets with the points or just leaving the fucking game alone to begin with. Not messing with it.
We're not going to touch the game.
And now, but by the way, now you know the Bills will win by 50. Do you understand
Yeah.
how that works? Okay, so
Yes.
there you go. There's your constellation.
When I
prize.
make my own separate bet on the side, I
Good
will have
enough. Don't say it out loud because now you just fucked it. So you're an idiot.
Next up, we've got the Packers visiting the Texans. The Packers are road favorites, -3.5 with an over-under of 57. There will also be no defense in that game. I like the Texans with the points.
That's
With
one I'd
the
want to stay
points.
away from.
I know.
I like the Texans with the points. But the money line, I like the Texans to win this game outright. I would take the money lines +160.
Wait, so run the
Bill,
numbers for me.
Bill
one more-
O'Brien's gone.
Yeah, I know. And then they looked like
Deshaun Watson now gets to play football because he gets to change the plays at the line. He actually gets
I
to
know.
read defenses. He can do what he wants, and he's got people around him. The defense.
Brandon
can do
Cooks has been
just
playing
enough.
well too.
By the way, if you have David Johnson, start him this week because the Packers have a shitty run defense. And we didn't know that up until last week because they always had a lead. But they couldn't stop Ronald Jones, who, he isn't even a top 10 back. They made him look like a top 10 back.
I know, but I
So-
think this is a little bit of you coming off of an Aaron Rodgers poor performance where he looked like a deer in headlights the very few times he has in his career. And you're thinking that might be, a pattern now. And
I'm not
he's
saying
gonna
he's
look
not
at that
going to
and say,
throw
"I
4
can't have-"
touchdowns. I'm saying Rodgers will throw 4 touchdowns, but Watson will throw 5. I like the
I don't
Texans in
know.
this game. It's going to be a shootout.
That's a tough game to call, man. The Packers looked terrible last week. I got to think they're going to want to look better.
I think that's why people are looking at the Houston with so much. I don't know.
We can move on from that if you want.
Yeah, I don't know.
We can circle back if you decide we'll see what right now we only have 3 games picked though. So you guys got to if we're going to go big, you got to
No,
stop.
I like your logic, Brent, with Houston. I like your logic. I kind of want to take them with the points if we go either way with that.
Well, I would
Yeah.
say I would take the money line.
You want the yeah?
I want the money line. I think Houston wins that game.
Okay.
Oh my
I'm fine with
God.
that.
All right. You want to do it, Brenton? Do it. But that's a big. I mean, I would say take the points, bro.
Yeah.
So you
I
want
said
to
take the points,
give the 3.5.
Yeah. Why
Okay,
not?
we'll take the points. But when Houston wins outright, I'm going to be very upset with you guys.
Okay.
Pittsburgh, Tennessee. Tennessee is home. They are -1 favorites with an over/under of 50.5.
I like
So-
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to go against, especially Tennessee just lost Luong. So are they going to dominate in the trenches like they have been? Probably not as much. Derrick Henry went off for 200 yards, but that was against a really terrible defense against the run. Pittsburgh's been one of the better defenses as far as front
Yep.
7. So
I like
Claypool's
Pittsburgh.
emerged. Do you want to take the money line or the point +1?
I think they win, but that's up to you guys. I mean, one is really. I mean, it's really not much of a difference. If you want the point, I don't mind giving away the point, but I think they win the game. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, so we'll take the money line. It's -105 versus -110. A little bit
Bingo.
more juice. Seattle, Arizona. It's a 3.5 spread. Seattle's visiting -3.5 with an over/under of 56. I don't think the game's close. I think Arizona's look like shit. They've just played the Jets and they played the terrible Cowboys, so they've looked a lot better on national television. I think Seattle wins this game easily.
I don't know necessarily if they win it easily, but I do think it's a little bit more high scoring. I think it's going to be like a 34-30 game. I do think Seattle wins. And what's it, 3.5?
3.5.
I say the money line. Just take Seattle.
Okay.
I think Seattle just goes in and wins. But I do
Here's
think because
here's a
it's
fun one. This is my favorite game on the slate. San
All right.
Francisco, New England. San Francisco's visiting New England. They're getting 2 points. The over/under is only 43.5. New England
I
did
kinda
not
wanna
look
take
prepared
New-
last week.
Yeah,
So,
but
Belichick's
Belichick's
going to turn them around. But Cam Newton, he didn't look good. So is it possible that maybe COVID-19 is affecting him?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah. I mean,
Because he didn't look good. And then if you had to go away from him, his 2 backups can't play football. So that's why I like San Francisco's kind of figuring it out on offense. Their defense has played well enough.
yeah, and what's his name was saying, one of our Patreon guys was saying Jimmy G's ankle wasn't healthy that first week in Miami.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
that more.
So I thought
more-
it was because he looked like crap, but then last week it was healthy and he looked really good. So I kind of like taking San Francisco with the points.
I don't mind that either, even though it's hard to believe Bill Belichick losing 2 games or what is it, 3 games in a row.
We're in a new era.
I know.
I-
So
I-
I don't disagree with you.
I don't like picking a team though where Belichick is coaching against a former quarterback of his. You know, like I saw
That's
how
true.
he used to play Drew Bledsoe when he was with the Bills, and he made Bledsoe look like the worst quarterback every time they ever played the Patriots. So I just want to throw that out there. Be careful because he will know how to game plan against Garoppolo.
What about the defensive players that Patriots have been missing? Are they going to be back this week? The guys that had COVID and stuff. You know, what's his name?
Like Gilmore and
Yeah.
I think they should be. I think everybody. plans
Yeah,
to be back.
Gilmore's going to be back.
So I'm fine taking the Patriots. I just want to.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
So we're
think
taking
San
the points?
Francisco's. You're going to take. Yeah, they're giving away 2 points, right?
Yeah.
I think we just take them to win.
Take
Okay.
the Patriots to win.
No,
Do you want to take the
I think
Patriots? Okay, take the
I think
Niners.
San
Yeah.
Francisco. Yeah, San Francisco to win, but don't give 2 points away. Is what I'm saying.
Fuck yeah. That's what I like to hear. Another big spread, second biggest spread. We've got Kansas City visiting Denver. Kansas City is giving 9.5 points with an over/under of 46. So they're expecting Kansas City to get out to a lead and then just coast.
I think they will, and yes. So I think they cover 10, no problem. That's-
Ooh. Jacksonville and the Chargers of Los Angeles. Chargers are giving 7.5 points at home, over under a 49.
Chargers win, but you can keep those points. Take it on the money line.
Money line
Jacksonville,
it
you
is.
never know what that Fu Manchu Minshew was going to do. So I don't, if he wants to, because he's out in LA and get his dick sucked, so he wants to show off. I don't know. So just Chargers will win, but
All right, so we're at 9 right now. We have 9 games picked. We have enough room. My bookie lets you do 10 for a parlay, and then it cuts you off. We have 2 games left. Do you want to add one more of those games? We've got Sunday. We've got Sunday night and Monday night. Sunday night football, Tampa Bay Buccaneers visiting the Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders are home dogs, getting 3 points with an over-under of 53, so they're not expecting a whole lot of defense.
All right.
I mean,
what's
the
other
Raiders
game?
are coming off a bye. I hate everything about the Buccaneers. Not a fan. Don't believe in them. I think it's all
Their
smoke and
defense
mirrors.
is getting better, though, dude. Their defense is getting better, the Bucs. Their defense is starting to get better. What's the other game on Monday night so I have something to compare it to?
Monday night game is the Bears visiting the Rams. The Rams are giving 6 points at home.
What?
The Rams are giving 6 points at home. -6.
Okay. Come give me some of that action. I would almost say give me the Rams to win.
No, the Rams are -6. Rams are -6. Bears are +6. Visiting.
Just give me the Rams to win.
Okay.
like that.
Give me the Rams to
Rams
win.
money line. Even with that Bears defense?
Yeah, I'm not buying it. Fuck that. And the only thing Big Dick Nick wants to, that's his former team, the Rams, but there's nothing there.
They were in St. Louis though when he was with them.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
Yeah, different.
I'm
team.
saying the Rams are going to win at home for sure.
So we have the Browns on the money line, the Falcons on the money line, the Saints on the money line, the Texans +3.5, the Steelers on the money line, the Seahawks on the money line, the 49ers on the money line, the Chiefs giving 9.5, the Chargers on the money line, and the Rams on the money line. Putting down $50, we will win $7,032.41.
Company party then, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm talking about.
Lock it in.
I'm talking about. Lock it
placed.
in, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be a fucking winner right there. Holy shit. $7,000?
Now we're talking about, Lucas, after you win all this money, you're going to have to pay some serious taxes.
Mm-hmm. I said we have a Patreon level where we just fly in all our Patreons and throw a big party if we win like a 10-team parlay.
That's right. We'll do a big Patreon like Lollapalooza in my yard.
That's a great idea, guys. Let's fly someone in during COVID.
Yeah.
Private, Brenton, and you're paying for it, obviously, with your connections. Dude, I hope this God, we're going to come through one of these days, and I'm telling you right now, I think this is the week for us, ladies and gentlemen. I think this is the week. And as long as Brenton's stupid bet with the Houston Texans doesn't fuck us the way I can imagine that probably may be fucking us hard. Then we're good to go,
You know who's
guys.
going to fuck us? The Browns are 100% going to fuck us.
Yeah, I could see the Bengals showing up on Sunday for some reason.
The Browns should win.
Why are we
The Browns should.
second-guessing now?
I'm just. The bet's already placed, so now we can second guess all we want. I'm just saying, if anyone's gonna fuck us over, it's gonna be the Browns. That's what they do.
I believe in you. And I believe that you will not get embarrassed on the road 2 weeks in a row, okay? Just show
Hope
up
so.
and win the fucking game. Win by a point. Just win the fucking game, all right? You want to be a division champ? You want to be taken seriously, Cleveland? Win the fucking game, okay? You got a rookie quarterback in a shithole franchise that still wishes they had Icky Woods. Win the fucking game. And that's that. Don't get me aggravated. I've got to go out and make delicate putts. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the podcast for the week, unless anyone has anything to add.
One quick addendum. The debate is in Nashville, so it's not Florida.
It's not in Florida. It's Nashville.
Yeah, Nashville.
A state that's not on the list of like swing states. So I'm saying he mentions Florida first because that's got the most amount of electoral votes in that group. That's why. And it's the closest. Florida's a fucking razor thin, dude, which I have no idea how, but it is. All right, guys. What a week, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, we've given it to you all. We've given you the best we've got. Emma said 5 words today. I think she just she put a picture of herself up there. She maybe even Weekend at Bernie's herself. That's a wax figurine. But
True.
I hope you guys have a great week. I love you all. Watch the debate. Go Giants. And
Go Bills.
let's hope the fucking Dodgers win. All right, guys. Be well.